Welcome to Comics League Live, to the special SnyderVerse celebration. I am Jared. I'm here with Teladia. What's up, dude?
What's up, everybody?
So, for those of you that know us pretty well, you know we're huge fans of SnyderVerse. In fact, that's like the impetus for us joining YouTube and doing our stuff. And today is the 2-year anniversary of the release of the Snyder Cut. Hard to believe
Yes.
that it's been 2 years, Teladia?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I've seen videos and I've also seen Vero tweet out about Happy 2 Years Snyder Cut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I also have a special fan edit that's out actually right now. That's called the Golden Age of Heroes. So if you want to check that out, you can also check it out on my channel. But for that note, so let's talk about the Snyderverse. So
Oh boy, where to begin?
where do we start? I mean, so let's see. Do you want to start? So what was like? What's your favorite Snyderverse movie?
Isn't it? Of course, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Isn't that obvious?
Yes. Of course it is. Yeah, that's my favorite because it's like the most like because that's like the movie that no one saw coming. Particularly
Mhm.
like March 18th. I mean May 20th is when he announced it, and the internet like freaking blew up. I'm telling you, if he announces at like SnyderCon that it got licensed, watch the internet explode again.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think
You know?
it's to I think it might be to do with Rebel Moon
Well, yeah, it could be that one too. He could announce Rebel Moon and then go, "Yeah, we're doing this
because
too."
if it's licensed, then I'll be excited. I'll be over the moon with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is the first time I've actually been excited for a SnyderCon. I've never been that much excited since, you know,
Mm-hmm.
this has been the first time I've been excited for something. But a lot of people saying, "Oh, fire James Gunn, fire Peter Safran." I've seen a couple of people, not naming anybody, but I've just seen some post on Twitter. I was just like, "You're not doing the rightful thing," which is
No, you're not.
hashtags.
Plus, that's not going to work. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I will say this much, right? The Snyderverse is off. It was truly magical.
The Batman says something is coming. Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's what I think, at least.
I hope that we do a celebration stream for that.
Oh, if it happens, since SnyderCon is like on a weekend, and I have the opportunity to, and I'm off from work then. If it happens, we're doing it the moment that happens because I'll be off and I
Yeah,
can do that.
yeah. But like SnyderCon is it's gonna be really big, very special.
Oh yeah, particularly with the whole full circle thing. I mean, yeah, it could be just he wants to like, yes, follow the rules of engagement. Yes, just those two hashtags. That is it. Just those two hashtags.
And tag Netflix. That is
Mm.
it.
Yeah, do not tag anyone that has to do with Warner Brothers. And what's up, Lawrence? How you doing? By the way, in the chat, what's your favorite Snyderverse movie? What's your favorite Snyderverse moment, Teladia?
It has to be my favorite moment. Has to be "You're My World."
From BVS
BVS.
before he dies.
Yeah, BVS. Yeah, very heartfelt moment.
That's a cool one because that's like a because here's the thing: a lot of people bash that BVS scene where he goes into the snow and just hangs out there because he's depressed. But that's where John Ken imparts him that one knowledge. That's like, hey, find your North Star, find Lois Lane. And again, this is Zach teasing how important Lois would be in the sequels.
Yeah, and Lawrence says he follows his own rules.
Well, in this case, you have to follow the rules, Lawrence. You can't do you
But
can't
you
because
can't
your
do.
tweet reflects on us too.
Yeah, you can't do a hashtag fire James Gunn and Peter Safran.
It just will not work, dude. I'm serious. But look, is James Gunn the most ideal person for this? No, but you know what? No, that's not what the stream was about. This stream was about
Mhm.
celebrating the fantastic universe that Zack Snyder created. So let's talk more about that. I'm fighting for new leadership. For right now, for today, just fight for the Snyderverse. Oh, mine is where Bruce stresses out that we need Superman. We're not six. We are six, not five. Yes, I love that. There's no
Yeah,
one without him. That's so good. That's the culmination of Bruce's arc when you think about it, because when you think about it, when we first see him, he doesn't trust Superman.
yeah. So, with this, Snyderverse, there's one thing we can all agree on is how different it is to Marvel, right?
Oh
How
yes.
how how it made DC look different, how it made DC look better than what Marvel was doing, right? We can
Oh
all
yeah.
agree on because the way I see it is the Snyderverse is literally post-crisis.
That's what it is.
DC.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in, right? And I also believe that within the Snyderverse, right, there was so many different stories you could tell that all come back to one.
Yes. First flight, baby. There you go.
Like Martian Manhunter's story arc started in Man of Steel, ends in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Dude, it is astounding how much knowing he's Martian Manhunter changes the way you watch those interactions between him and
Yeah.
Superman. I'm just like,
Mm.
what the heck, dude?
It makes you really think.
It does, as a
And
matter of fact.
I've been like, obviously I put my Twitter video out today. Well, I made it a couple of days back, but I put it on Twitter today, and actually got a lot of attraction just for that tweet alone. Because I think we need Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, we need Zack Snyder's Justice League 3, um, um, and we also like we need the Emerald Cut.
Oh yeah, and that's rumored that we could get that in the Snyder Con.
Oh,
Hi,
that
everyone. Can you stream 1 hour or earlier in this time period because your time is clashing with mine? Oh, don't worry, I'll do it. Next time I'll do it. But this was just a special stream, Brown. That's it. It was just like it's not going to be every Saturday for the Snyderverse streams.
yeah, we pretty much like normally I stream about 3 p.m. Eastern, 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. That's why um Jared wanted to do a special stream today, so he was like, okay, I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. So this is not going to be a regular thing, but some guests may be showing up. I sent Sil the link. I sent Sammy the link. We'll see if they show up.
I know Austin is streaming as well,
Mm-hmm.
so the good Austin, and
Mm-hmm.
his edits was flipping inspirational. And
Heck yeah.
on did you see the main hub account?
Main hub account.
Yeah, sell ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube.
Yeah, what happened?
He posted a video of everybody's in it. Trey, the Bat Channel, Corey from Super Pro Corey, Osa Fresh, everyone who made videos, they're in that thing. And there's also edits of the Vero revelation of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And also they had the inside the speed, into the Speed Force scene as well.
Oh, cool.
They had so much different scenes. It was really, really cool.
That's great. So, so let's see. Well, so yeah, I mean, post crisis is pretty much the way I always post crisis / New 52 is how I normally like tell people to think of the Snyderverse, because that's pretty much what it is when you think about it.
I think post crisis is reference to the Snyderverse. I don't think of it as New 52 because um, New 52 was pretty much brand new back in
Mm-hmm.
2011, right? So it would have
Yeah,
been 2 years. And remember, Man of Steel was in pre-production in 2011, 2012.
yeah.
So that's where I see it, is that there would be no way it'd be New 52, right? Which
Yeah.
it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, but this was leading to a Dark Side War event for sure.
Oh yeah, and so yeah, a post credit, which would make sense if we were going to a Final Crisis like movie for this to be a post crisis, because that's where all that culminated.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So okay, so we talked about our favorite Snyderverse moment. I don't think I talked about mine. Mine is basically this. I actually have it as a clip. Hang on. Mine is where is it? Where is it? Did I delete it? No, I got it.
Not impressed.
There you go. That's my favorite.
That way he came in, it was much better than the other version, right?
The other version, you just floated in. I'm like, what the hell is this?
It makes it more impactful as well. As the character, it definitely, says, "I'm Superman." Doesn't scream, "Oh, I'm just a guy that, believes in, what." So
Yeah. I believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice. But also remember, in this one, the thing I love about it is the sound design, because when he comes in and that axe hits him in the shoulder, you hear the metal clang.
yeah.
And I'm like, yes. It just looks so badass.
You know what also intrigues me about the Snyderverse is how much each individual character has their very own unique story arc.
Oh,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Like Wonder Woman obviously started off in BVS, right? Her redemption story arc, right?
Yeah.
But because she had problem with mankind, especially after the Wonder Woman movie, right? The first Wonder Woman movie, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that her redemption story arc started in BVS. Then in Zack Snyder's Justice League, you could see her transition into Wonder Woman essentially.
Yeah. See, what people don't, what people need to realize is that the Snyder Cut, that's what really made these characters their more classic versions that everyone wanted to see. Because remember, it's like even with Batman. Let's take Batman for example. With Batman, he went from this brutal, oh my gosh, he's a threat, we have to destroy him, to I think you can, as long as you use the other ones too. As long as you're using the sell hashtags as well. I mean, personally, I don't see any problem with it. Just do that.
No, Lawrence, there's only two hashtags.
Or that, yeah.
There's only two hashtags, which is sell ZSJL to Netflix, sell Snyderverse to Netflix.
Because here's the thing: the problem with using restore the Snyderverse now is that that's saying cancel everything else and then do our stuff. We don't want to do that.
We want to basically transition everything to Netflix, because Netflix can do everything then, wherever they can, as much as they can, really, right?
Netflix is all powerful.
And you think about it, Netflix can give us the Emerald Cut.
Yes, they can. They 100% can. Ew, also hit like, just dang it, Tristan. We did a stream about this.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm happy for you.
I saw that coming. Oh my gosh. I'm like, Tristan's going to get here in 3, 2, 1.
But yeah. The whole idea for the sell movement to Netflix, it's simple. It's just between the fans and Netflix. It's not to do with WBD. It's not to do with James Gunn. It's not to do with it's just between the fans and Netflix, because the fans want to see the Snyder not only the Snyder Cut, but everything from Man of Steel, BVS Ultimate Edition, Snyder Cut, and even the Emerald Cut, if Zack is gonna announce it, the Snyder Cut, right? Even get that.
Dope, because it's
That would
John
be pretty
freaking
cool.
Stewart. Okay, so here's Brown Destroyer's favorite: Superman flying, Wonder Woman absorbing the lightning of Ares, first time traveling. Okay, Flash time traveling. Aquaman after holding the Trident for the first time. Batman in the Bat Tank, of course, and the warehouse scenes, and Martian Manhunter's first appearance. Yes, and
Yes.
Well
Yes.
said, Teladia.
Thank you.
Yeah, all those are fantastic scenes. Yeah, First Flight, dude. Remember seeing First Flight for the first time? Pun intended.
I watched that at the cinema. I remember going to theaters watching that. Right, I went to see it. Was it first day or first weekend? I can't remember when it was, but the first time I was smiling. I was smiling so much.
Because, dude, when you see that's because you can't watch that scene and not smile. That's the thing.
My heart was like racing because it was like an epic moment. You could,
It was the most. It's the most visually stunning way to portray Superman flying. And what's up, Kid Takeoff?
yeah.
But it's well, we shouldn't be surprised because it's Zack Snyder and the dude is a visual master.
And when he takes off, that little rubble around him,
Starts to take that they showed in the freaking Snyder Cut too.
and in BVS,
Mm-hmm.
remember,
It's
it's
yeah.
an old
The
film.
only thing is, I wish the first flight in Zack Snyder's Justice League was a little longer, but that's my only. That's my only.
That's
gripe
my only
there.
issue. Yeah, that's my only issue as well. I wish they showed his flight from the Kryptonian ship to Wayne Manor. I would love to have seen that.
But I'll take it. But yeah, it's like he said you'd come, but let's hope you're not too late. That scene from the trailer, we were all like, I hope it's not good. Remember when that scene was coming out as a trailer for Justice League? We were all
Yeah.
like, who is that? And then we saw like the red cape hue, and then we're like, oh, it's probably Superman.
And then, but everyone was like looking at Alfred's glasses. They were like, "Oh, Green Lantern! It could be Green Lantern."
Yeah, but yeah, it's true. But and the part that continues to like screw with my mind when it comes to like the Snyder Cut is seeing a Superman suit and knowing that that black is completely CGI.
Yeah,
Because that looks real right there. It's crazy. And Brandon Shore says, I have seen every single DCEU film the first day, even SnyderVerse movies. I watched Black Adam 4 times, Shazam 2 again first day. Nice. Yeah, there have been
Oh,
some
boy.
great ones like Aquaman and
I do not want to bring up Shazam 2, Fear of the Gods, right now, because I could just tell you that movie bombed, which we'll be talking about on my show,
Mhm.
by the way.
Yeah, we talked about it on CLD as well.
Yeah, but this is a time for celebration, not about talking about Hamada
Yeah.
Burger.
Yeah, we're just talking about the great moments from the Snyderverse. So, and how about the way, like, how about the new Steppenwolf design when we actually got to see it in the trailer?
Dude,
Oh,
it-
dude.
it reminded me so much of the Earth 2, what's it called? Steppenwolf.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit. A
because
little bit.
if you remember, in that comic, it's like an armor and everything.
Yeah, and the only difference is that in this one, he looks a little more alien instead of human, which it never made sense why Steppenwolf looks human. He's from
Yeah.
another planet outside of reality. Yeah, make him look alien.
And plus, even in the BVS Ultimate Edition, when they showed that scene,
Oh, yeah.
he did have that look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He was the Zack Snyder Justice League. And according to David Ayer, in the Suicide Squad, he has that look. Because Steppenwolf was supposed to show up with parademons
Oh
at the
my
end of the
god! I
movie.
saw that on Twitter. I was just like, I'm so gutted. I was
like, what?
I feel bad for him because we would have had Steppenwolf even before the Snyder Cut.
And it would have explained why Enchantress wasn't in control of herself. It's because she was under control of the mother box. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about, okay, so there have been, I mean, here's the thing. Again, if Warner Brothers had not been so reactionary, the Snyderverse would have continued immediately because it's like, the problem is they looked at like the critical reception of BVS and people saying it's all dark and dismal. And okay, what they should have done is tell Zack is essentially told Zack make Justice League a little more. Essentially, Justice League may be your last movie if it bombs, and then we would have gotten Zack Snyder's Justice League, or at least a little truncated version of it because you can't release a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
And it would have been way better. I think this movie would have made $1 billion if it were released in theaters.
Yeah, it would have definitely made $1 billion for sure. Plus, as well, you know what's also is the score. The score is so good in this film.
Oh, Junkie killed it with that score, dude.
Yeah, he just
Yes, it's that certain writers make him look alien. Have you noticed that also since the Snyder Cut came out, they changed the Steppenwolf design in the comics to look like the Snyder Cut Steppenwolf?
yeah.
They've changed so many designs in the comics to look like, and it's like in Tom King's Batman, we have Batman in the Nightmare suit. In Flashpoint Beyond, we have the BVS Batmobile. So many Snyderverse references in the comics.
So, I was gonna bring this up. Um, the one thing I can say is as well is that even the normal edition of BVS, it was
Mhm.
still good. It was still good.
It
Even
was
though
okay.
I mean, it was still good. Like if you think about it, the fight scene, the choreography, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah. The problem with it is that it's like they left out too many important scenes, like explaining why
Yeah,
Superman didn't see the
and that
bomb in the
was
Capitol.
and that was strictly down to Warner Brothers. That wasn't down to that wasn't even down on Zack. That was down on Warner Brothers
And it was kind of
themselves.
funny. That cut made $800 million.
It made more than Shazam too.
That
Was that.
cut made close to $1 billion.
Yeah,
Imagine if they had released the actual version of the movie.
that would made $1 billion
That would have easily made $1 billion.
It would definitely be Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny. I love people seeing like all the mistakes Warner Bros. Made. It's like as a domino track, and then all the way at the first domino was like BVS losing a half hour.
Yeah.
Like that one decision made it. But anyway, so which character do you think Zack did the best? I'm gonna go with Aquaman because he made Aquaman cool.
I would say either Aquaman or Wonder Woman because
Oh yeah,
if you think about it, Wonder Woman needed that relevancy again, right?
yeah.
She hasn't been in media for nearly 30 plus years,
She hadn't
right?
even had a live action movie. And by the way, sorry to mean this.
Yes.
Again, I wish they hadn't showed us Wonder Woman in the trailer, but that's besides the point.
No, but she became relevant again in BVS.
Mhm.
Why? Because Zack made it cool. Zack made it cool for Aquaman, made it cool for even Cyborg. I would even agree with Brandon Stray, even Cyborg as well with relevancy. Because
Oh yeah, particularly when you in the Snyder Cut, because even Nerdette, she's not the biggest Snyderverse fan, but she has admitted that the Snyderverse did Cyborg really well.
yeah, the Snyderverse did Cyborg well. They even did Aquaman relevant, like because he was a laughable character, but now he's you know jam packed with comic books runs that is similar to Jason Momoa, especially look.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think about it,
Yeah.
and even Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman's the same. She was she wasn't seen in media for such a long time. There was no video game about it. There was no movies about it or anything. And what do we get? She's in the BVS movie. Then next thing you know, she gets a very own solo movie, and then within the next 4, 5, 6 years, she's got a very own video game.
There you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
That one moment is unbelievable. Yeah. Gal Gadot is such a likable actress. Anyone else would have cast Brie Larson types for Wonder Woman. Yeah, she's so
Yeah.
likable. Here's the thing. I had the same reaction to Gal Gadot as I think everyone else. Really, the Fast and the Furious girl. That's all she had been doing since then. But the minute I saw that scene from the trailer when she goes, "I don't think you've ever known a woman like me," I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
she
definitely.
gets it. There you
She,
go.
she gets the ideal for Wonder Woman. Yeah.
And then when she like is knocked back by Doomsday and she just smiles too, that apparently that was improv because she wanted Wonder Woman to like enjoy combat and be like feisty in it. And I'm like, yeah, she gets it. If that's improv, she gets it.
And don't forget the design of Wonder Woman in
Oh yeah,
BVS.
that changed too because it's
that changed the whole landscape of DC Comics.
Because now Wonder Woman has more armor as opposed to just like a spandex suit.
Yeah, now she doesn't have undies. She has a skirt.
Zack Snyder's writing treats what Wonder Woman character is the best. I like his Lois Lane. Yeah, his Lois Lane is one of the few versions of the character I actually like.
It reminds me of Lois. Amy Adams' Lois Lane reminds me a little bit of a mixture of Superman and Lois in some
Yeah.
aspects,
Yeah, exactly.
and a bit of the Adventures of Superman, Lois and Clark. A little
Mhm.
bit of that as well. There's a mixture of that if you think about it, because she's always in danger, right? Or she's always going looking for trouble.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's true. And it's kind of funny. People always complain she didn't do anything in BVS. In the extended cut, is she actually
did.
helped to uncover the plot. By the way, it's kind of funny. When I was on Nerdette stream debating the Snyderverse, you know what's kind of funny?
Go on,
She has not seen the ultimate cut. She only saw the regular
get
version.
out.
So what's kind of funny is she told me, well, they have to explain this more, and I'm like, they did in the extended cut. They literally did.
And I've got the extended cut on my PC.
I only watch the extended cut. There's no reason to watch it. There's no reason now that we have these cuts to watch the other ones. I'm only watching the Whedon cut of Justice League because I have to. And by that will
Boy.
be a stream. I can't believe I'm doing that, but it'll be interesting that now I've seen the Snyder Cut 12 times to see because I haven't watched that movie in literally years, Teladia. Years.
I haven't seen, you know, the name that should not be named, right? In years as well.
Hang on, I brought it up.
Why did you say that name?
There you go. I brought it up. I kind of had to.
Yeah, dude, because you brought it up. I didn't.
I know. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But so also let's talk about some of the things, and this is something I said on the Snyderverse debate with Nerdette, is that the thing Zack Snyder did really well, and I think he captured, is making these characters like gods, but still having them be human, because it's really hard to have that to have that balance. Because remember, part of the reason why the MCU was so popular is because they made their characters relatable. It's very hard to make god-like characters like relatable to people, and I think Snyder did it. I haven't seen the 2017 version since 2021. Wow.
Wow. Wow, Lawrence.
Warner Brothers executives cut the Wonder Woman scene from Warner Brothers
Yes.
wanted to cut the No Man's Land scene.
No, he's right. Warner Brothers did cut the
Mhm.
Mother Box scene from Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, but also remember they wanted to cut the No Man's Land scene, seen as one of the best Wonder Woman moments in movies.
And that's why it's been used in a lot of promotional stuff.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of funny. Every decision they have made with the Snyderverse has been the wrong one.
Oh boy.
But anyway, going back, what do you mean, oh boy?
I've just seen a certain someone still using that tag.
Mm. Well, as long as we just say you're not one of us. But anyway.
Yeah.
But so let me ask you this again: where were you when the Snyderverse when the Snyder Cut was announced? Did you see it coming?
No, I didn't see it coming.
Mhm.
Not by a long shot.
Me too.
I was, where was I? I think I was doing the podcast for, you know, the podcast that I do, right?
Yeah.
I was forming that at the time. Back in late 2020. So I was organizing and all of that stuff, making a foundation for that. That was the time. But as soon as it got announced, I was like, "What? Excuse me?"
That was the craziest thing I have.
That was the
ever
craziest day
seen.
of my life. I was just like, I could not believe it, especially the fact that Zack hid that from the fans, and the day he shows it with Cavill, by the way, mind you speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Cavill being there, by the way, it just blew my mind.
Yeah, it was like he kept that secret the entire time. He knows what he's going to announce, and then he's like, he says, "I was in my business. My friend informed me when Zack Snyder's cut was officially announced." Yeah, that was I was in the dentist's office. Like, I go in. This is before it got announced.
Yeah.
And then I come out. I'm going through Facebook. I see the black and white Wonder Woman poster with the tagline of that line from Jurassic World, that SOB, get it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, How long was I in the dentist's office for? That is just it just astounding because again, I didn't think that was gonna happen. That's why I'm fairly confident that we're gonna get some conclusion. Because guess what? No one saw this coming.
No, nobody saw the Snyder Cut coming, but nobody also saw nobody even saw the Air Cut coming as well.
Mm-hmm. Which
If you think about it,
I still think we'll get that.
I think we're getting that SnyderCon. I think SnyderCon is going to be some sort of like revelation of Air Cut of some sort.
Yeah, yeah. So, moving on, also, it was kind of funny. The day it came out, I had a 3-hour class in college. And the whole time, I was like, come on, come on, come on. Get done with this class. Stop talking. I got a movie I got to get to. And then someone DM'd me in the class, literally, like, while I was in there, because I was wearing the hoodie. They were like, are you going to go watch the movie after this? And I'm like, oh, hell yes.
I remember watching it day one, right?
Yeah, I watched it immediately. Lad and I watched it through and through. We didn't split it up or anything like that.
I watched it twice in one day.
Ouch! Wow, really?
Yeah, twice in one day.
And fun fact: the first the first Comics League live stream was a watch party of Zack Snyder's Justice League 1 year ago today.
We should do that.
No, we can do that. Not now because we have stuff, other streams we have to get to, but we might do that as a fun little Discord thing. I watched it in one sitting. We all did.
We all did, yeah.
I'm not expecting anything outstanding from SnyderCon. No one expected anything from that Man of Steel live stream. We all know what happened.
And nobody don't remember. Snyder always hints at everything, and he's already said on Vero not to give up hope.
Now, here's the thing. Let's be clear. Yes, it could be nothing. I'm trying to temper my expectations, so I'm not disappointed.
Yeah.
But there's always hope. There's always a chance. So let's just.
There's always a chance that he could surprise us with some big things. Maybe even the Emerald scene, right? The Green Lantern scene. He could show us the film that
and
he
by
made.
the way, it'll be streamed live. So SnyderCon will be streamed live on the internet. So we'll be doing stream
reactions.
About it.
Yeah, reactions.
We'll definitely do reactions to talk about it because again, there's going to be panels, and those panels are the best opportunity for anything to get announced.
Yeah. I don't know when that is.
Knowing Zach, it'll be he'll save it for like the very last minute of the last panel to announce if it got sold or anything like that.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll be so lucky to watch it because next week actually Ramadan starts. So I'll be so fortunate that it's the week after. It's the week after what's it called? The week after.
Joe, guys, sent you the link if you want to come join us.
Yeah, if you want to come and join us, Joga. But don't try to keep it off topic. We're just saying.
Don't try to keep it off topic, dude. Come on. But anyway,
and no Super Sense talk.
No, this isn't Tevia.
I know.
I don't think any super big is going to happen. Again, we didn't think the Snyder Cut was going to happen. Zach was being just as cryptic before then.
Yeah, he was being cryptic, and he's being cryptic now, actually.
Yeah. He's posting like all the photos of Cavill, Affleck in black and white for all this, for the taglines all of a sudden. So I'm like, yeah, it could. And also I expect to get some details on Rebel Moon too. So it's not like if it doesn't announce that the Snyder Cut is a total waste.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Rebel Moon, baby. Why you say Super Sons? All right, you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Why did you say that, Dad?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, when it comes down to the Snyderverse itself, right? Anything, we'll possibly get the Emerald scene, right? The Green Lantern scene. That's what I'm probably expecting.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum I think that we could get is like some announcement of the or maybe he just shows the scene. I mean, he doesn't necessarily. Well, actually, he will. Apparently, they aren't going to screen all the movies, so it could be like that they just he just takes the cut with the Emerald Cut and just puts it in there. By the way, that it also shows that he's under good relations with Warner Brothers now, because he has to get their permission to show these movies. Do you think someone knew? Who do you think someone knew would be for Superman casting? Zack? I don't think if we get the Snyder Cut, if it's restored, I think we're gonna have Cavill back.
Yeah,
At least for the purpose of that one movie.
Yeah, we'll get Cavill back. Simple as. But as far as like what they could do, because the way it's looking like the new DCU isn't going the way it should be.
Mm-hmm. Like
Especially
what?
that. Sorry?
Like what?
Like it's not going smooth sailing because it's having flops and problems with the studio right now.
Well, remember, Shazam does not count as new DC.
No, but he's acting as if he is.
Ah, yeah, it's true.
He's acting as if he is. I mean, he's been replying to tweets. He's on Twitter all day. I've seen Max talk about it, and he wasn't happy about Shazam 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. See, here's the thing. Zack is not going to cast anyone in the Superman Legacy thing. That would be James Gunn.
That'd be James Gunn. Yeah, that's straight up James Gunn, because James Gunn's already directing. He's writing. He's already confirmed that, right? And we all knew he was going to be directing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That was a given.
And stay tuned for Teladia's stream where we talk about that.
Yeah, later today we'll be talking about Shazam 2. We'll be talking about the Snyderverse celebration. We'll be talking about Suicide Squad, because now there's more reports for that, and we'll be talking about Superman and Lois, because it's my favorite thing. And we won't mention Gotham Knights. No.
Heck yeah, we will be talking about that. I still haven't watched the most recent episode yet.
No, we're not talking about Gotham Knights. I said.
No, I'm talking about Superman and Lois.
Oh, wait, we saw the latest episode together.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. Oh yeah, the new ones come out on Sunday, right?
No, the new one comes out on Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, we did. Sorry, I was a little confused. It's not good.
So we'll be just like having a little mini discussion there. But as far as James Gunn goes and his stuff, he thinks that this whole movement is wacky. That's what he thinks. It's not wacky. It's not wacky, guy. It's a genuine proposition. It's a genuine thing. If fans want to see a universe on a platform where it can be streamed for eternity, you know how Zack is doing, and what Zack has been doing with his Rebel Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Brand Destroyer, I don't know. That is something I don't know. I have to take a look into that.
It's just because those episodes are taking forever to come out. So it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's been like what, long time since the last episode came out. Let me see. But yeah, like the Snyderverse has been my, like, the one thing I could go back to, and reminds me of like a time when Warner Brothers were pushing Superman so much, especially in every form of media. They even tried to make a Superman game, just basically based on the popularity of Superman from this Man of Steel.
Yep. They definitely did. And we all know how that turned out, because Warner Brothers' plans fall through, because they always do. I forgot about Titans. I did too until Brown brought it up, because here's the thing. They're taking way too long to release those episodes. But anyway, back to Snyderverse. I don't know why we keep getting off track with that.
Hold on.
Yeah. But so going on to the Snyderverse, I think so. Another thing that I gotta say, and Brown actually touched on that, Zack is a master of casting, because you got remember all the people he cast pretty much were unknowns. By the way, hey, what's up, Axel?
Hey, Jared. Hey, Teladia. Morning. How are you guys doing?
Thanks for joining us, despite it being 4 a.m. where you are.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, Axel. I know exactly how you feel because when we're on Max's stream, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, really?
He's in
Yeah,
the UK, so
I'm in the UK, so whenever Max goes live, it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for me.
Oh, no.
all right. So Axel, favorite Snyderverse moment? Go.
Superman coming in to fight Steppenwolf.
Yes. So you mean this? Wrong.
Not impressed.
That was
Yes.
crazy. You need to
That
do a
was such a
drawing
good
of that,
scene.
by the way.
That was such a good scene.
Yes.
Like, I watch it with my dad every time. Like that scene happens, and he always just smiles. Like it's
Yeah.
just such a good scene.
Yes, exactly. That's because here's the thing. When that happened, at the lead up to that, when Steppenwolf was like crossing Cyborg, I'm like, okay, so they're gonna injure Cyborg. This was like, this was also in the other version. Then that happens, and I'm like, wait, you cut this? You changed this? I want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
That astounds me. And you put in the stupid, he just floats in and lets Cyborg get, first off, he lets Cyborg be torn in half. And then he goes, I believe in truth, but I'm also a big fan of justice.
I'm also a big fan of justice.
And I also have a really bad lip. But it's like, that was the other good part about the Snyder Cut. No fake CGI lip.
Yeah. Is this guy still bothering you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
That
oh,
was so bad.
children. Yeah. I work with children.
That was just bad writing by
yeah, Joss Whedon.
But you said the name. You said the name.
Oh God.
Why did you say that name?
Or it's like when Flash falls into Wonder Woman.
Oh, I hope that's not in the Flash. Like, if the young Barry better not do that to Supergirl. I swear to God.
I don't think so because everyone hates.
Apparently, Tom Cruise has seen the film.
I actually heard that was like not true.
Not really.
Yeah, because apparently they said like they sent it to his house somewhere, and the house that they sent the cut to stream was actually like not where he lives.
Oh.
I don't know. What's up, Sally girl? Yeah, we play it a lot on this stream because for some reason we can't not say that name once.
Yeah.
He should not be named.
He was not be named.
Voldemort.
Yes, exactly. He is the Voldemort of directors. So let me ask you this, Drago. Also, which character do you think Zack improved the most?
Zack improved the most. I'll have to say Steppenwolf, because let's be honest, who actually cared about Steppenwolf before?
No one.
Yeah, like when I first heard that Steppenwolf was going to be the main villain of Justice League, I was like, oh, okay, who's that? Like, because I knew he was in like some cartoons and stuff, but like, I don't know, he just never looked that interesting. He never seemed that interesting.
He was like the main bad guy in Earth 2.
Yeah, like besides that, he was just never that interesting. But
yeah,
Zack.
And then Zack actually gave him like an arc, and like he just wants to go home.
Yeah, gave him the Puss in Boot eyes, and yeah,
and the armor that reacts to his moods, and it's just like when he like flexes, it gets all spiky. I'm like, oh. And where it like retreats when Darkseid shows up. And by the way, that entrance to a Darkseid where it's like it's all built up, and then you see the parademons kneeling, and then all of a sudden the space FaceTime phone turns into Darkseid, and that's awesome music. Then you hear Ray Porter's voice for the first time, which I think he nailed the Darkseid voice.
Dude, it's like my favorite. He's one of my favorite Darkseid voices with him and Tony Todd.
It's like this.
Great.
Anti-life is found to sod, and we will stop at nothing to possess it.
But right there.
But you know, here's the funny thing. Ray Porter reminds me of the animated series Superman Darkseid.
Yeah, Michael Ironsides, right?
Yeah, Michael Ironside. Yeah, definitely reminds me of him. Right.
If we get a conclusion, I want that scene where Superman is fighting Darkseid, and he goes, "I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard, not
Yeah.
able to cut loose, but you can take it, can't you, big man?"
I would love to see that scene.
That'd be
I
great.
need that. That would be so. By the way, Project Justice League, they did that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you, Andre, if you're watching. That was that was the part where I was like, yes.
Hell yeah. I'll see if I can get some drawings up that I did of the SnyderVerse.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes.
In
You guys
the
keep
meantime-
talking, and
In the meantime, I'll show off some collectibles I got, like this dope Batman statue.
I was thinking about getting collectibles, starting my own collection. You know.
You need to, dude. You of all people, if you're a Snyderverse fan, need to.
I was thinking about starting getting collections. Not McFarlane toys, but not Hot Toys either. Something like figures that I can put on a stand or something, like Superman and Batman or something.
McFarlane's would be the best, or Hot Toys, because they come with bases too, and they're super like well detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
just want the problem I find with McFarlane toys is the cape isn't cloth.
yeah,
yeah,
I think that's
true.
gonna change with like the Flash action figures.
Yeah, they have changed that with the Flash figures. Not with Supergirl, but with Batman they have.
I love how the light reflects off the black suit for Superman.
That's Hot
Oh,
Toys,
yeah,
right?
That's Hot Toys, yes.
Yeah, they're super expensive.
Yeah, and by the way, Draga, I don't think I showed you this. I got this in the mail for my birthday. I finally have the BVS Wonder Woman.
Oh wow.
That took me so long. Because, okay, I could have gotten the 1984 Wonder Woman, but first off, no. And second off, I wanted the one with the sword and the shield. I didn't want the one that just had the lasso.
Yeah.
I mean, it has
Yeah,
it has the lasso, but you need the sword and the shield for if you're doing Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman.
That is true.
All you just need now is the display base.
I do have a display base. It came with a BVS display base.
No, the Justice League display base.
Oh yeah, and I found one that's like for like $10. So that's the Hot Toys one. So I can pick that up easily.
All right, I got a few drawings up.
Sweet. Let's see what you got. Oh yeah,
here's-
this looks so dope.
Here's
Yeah.
the Justice League. We got 9 Justice League members. And people will say, actually, there's only 8, but no, you can. The Atom is there somewhere.
I think it's on top of Cyborg's gun.
Yeah, there he
Yeah,
is.
there is. That's nice. That's cool.
You should work for Warner Brothers.
I should. Although I
should.
don't want to get sacked. What
Oh,
if they
of course,
cancel my
yeah.
movie? What if they cancel my movie because I
No,
have
because you-
Batgirl in it?
No, because you make the animation look so cool. So
Because you're drawing basically in the style of the Camu.
Yeah, I gave Batfleck like his Thomas, like the Thomas Wayne look because him and Batfleck are both big guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big guy.
Wonder
for
Woman
you.
looks great. My gosh.
Here's
There's
the
John Stewart. Yeah.
The Flash. The Flash costume here is based off one artwork that artist named DeTrinity did,
Mhm.
and I really like that armor. There's Martian Manhunter.
and my boy
Sweet.
Superman.
Superman. That looks
Superman.
so badass.
That reminds me of what's it called, the Camu.
Yeah.
Superman.
Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm just
Please
kidding.
don't. I love Darkseid in the black armor. That looks so dope.
Yeah, because in my McFarlane Darkseid figure, his armor is blue. When in the movie, it looks more black.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually a cooler look. That's just me.
Yeah, but I have Darkseid and Steppenwolf there, but they're just over there. Oh yeah,
Here.
Lois.
Lois and Madame Xanadu
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning of Justice League 2. You can see Lois is pregnant there.
Mm-hmm.
And here is the Nightmare League gave Deathstroke his mohawk and a kryptonite sword.
Of course, he would have that.
Yep. And you got Batfleck with the Joker card. And,
Yeah, I saw that. That's a neat detail. And Mara has the scar across her face.
And she's got a little ring.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. I wonder what they're looking up at. Probably something.
I don't-
evil.
Probably a dude in a blue and red suit. Oh yes.
Oh, we got some
Super-
news.
What?
up?
What is it? SnyderVerse restored. What?
No,
What was new?
Snyder Con, right?
Yeah.
Man of Steel 28, 29th BVS, and then Zack Snyder Justice League on IMAX.
Ooh.
Yeah, I told you that they're gonna have screenings of those movies.
I mean, I'd hope so.
I know. So I like how you did the Supergirl suit.
Yeah, like yeah, because I didn't want to do the skirt. Like, I just thought like
Yeah.
I think it just works better as like, you know. And like
I
this
think-
was like before like I found out that Sasha Kaye was playing Kara Zor-El. So yeah, like because I thought she was playing just I don't know. Different.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I think the skirt thing has been played out a little bit. I like it better without the skirt.
Yeah.
Even Injustice 2 skipped the whole skirt thing.
Yeah. She's even like I even based these Brainiac drones from Injustice too.
Yeah, I
So-
noticed that.
I thought it would have been, I think from Injustice or from Superman Unbound.
One of those two, because he does use the skull
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, there you go. It's Wonder Woman's dream of killing Superman.
Yeah, like, bro, look at that blood. Hopefully we don't get demonetized. What else?
Yeah, it's all good.
Don't
I'm not
worry, he's not
monetized
monetized.
anyway.
He's not monetized, so you're good.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, here's just an image of here's Batfleck
Yes.
fighting Deathstroke, who apparently isn't a Batman villain, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
don't
sick of
get
that.
that whole argument. I'm like, who cares?
He's an
like
assassin.
like people say the Batfleck movie was basically the Judas Contract. I mean, like,
No.
yeah, I agree, but it works for that continuity.
I would say it's more along the lines of Arkham Origins.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think
Yeah.
about it, Batman and Deathstroke did have a meeting in Arkham Origins, which
And
was
they
the
fought.
best thing.
And that boss battle was a pain in the ass, by the
Oh,
way.
God,
that was the
yeah.
hardest boss battle in
That
the
was so
entire
hard.
game.
And
It's
that's
like-
why I think that's why Ben Affleck was just like
JJheat.
What's up?
We're looking
Hey,
at SnyderVerse art. And what's up, David? By David, if you want the link, you're more than welcome to join. And by the way, yeah, the female Furies.
yeah, like they're just invading Themyscira.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
I was gonna draw like a scene where Granny Goodness and Hippolyta fight, and yeah.
This is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I like that. I like how you base like the central one off of what's the movie off of Superman, Batman, Apocalypse.
Yeah, because I just like that design a lot.
Yeah. it
Mad
is.
Harriet.
Hey,
Here's,
Man Bat.
Yeah, Batman versus Man Bat. This would be like a chase scene in the beginning of the Batfleck movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing's for sure, and your artwork has made me convinced that if we did get a continuation, it would most likely be an animation, and I think these frames would be key to that series. I'd watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, if they did it, they should do it in the Dekamu art style. You could still have the actual actors do the voice acting, but do it in the Dekamu animation style, and because I think that animation style fits the Snyderverse really well.
Yeah, especially like with the Flashpoint and stuff.
Oh yeah. My problem with the Flashpoint animated style is they made Superman's head too small.
Yeah, they made his head look way too small.
I'm like,
Here's
what is that?
Superman fighting that other Kryptonian Namek.
Nice. Again, I like how you do the Man of Steel suits and the Superman suits. They look really good.
Yes. And here's Superman fighting Darkseid, like in the Batcave. Like this is when the nightmare is prevented.
Yeah, I love that. I just want to see Superman fight Darkseid. Is that too much to ask for?
Apparently,
According to Warner Brothers, it is.
that's like saying no to sex. I'm sorry, that's just
Yeah. But by the way, here's a message to Warner Brothers. Hang on, where is it? Where is that clip? I for some reason, whenever I want to find this clip, it's never here.
Yeah, second Warner Brothers.
There you go. That's what I want. But yeah, great drawings, Draga. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So another thing that I kind of want to do, I want to see them fight too. So I kind of want to do this. All right. So I did a fan edit for, yeah, exactly. So I did a fan edit of the Snyder Cut for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay. The problem is I was going to say I kind of want to show it here, but I can't because Problem is that it was copyright claimed, so I don't think I could do that. Unfortunately, I can't. But all right, so JHeat, favorite Snyderverse moments, go.
Definitely Superman's return. Definitely.
Well, which return?
The one in the
movie?
Snyder Cut.
No, the one where he returns from the dead, or the one where he shows up and kicks Steppenwolf?
The one he shows up and kicks Steppenwolf.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
That's the right
my.
one.
His old is basically his old intro.
Yeah,
The Justice League one.
yeah, exactly. But and which character do you think Snyder did the best?
I would have to say Superman. I could argue because Batman was more akin to the Dark Knight Returns, and that's not everyone's favorite. So I feel like with fan expectation, he was going to get some heat for that regardless. But this Superman was definitely a more modern take.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Definitely.
It was basically John Byrne's Man of Steel, and I pissed off someone on Nerdette's stream when I debated the Snyderverse because I said it was basically Man of Steel, the John Byrne series, and this guy goes, "No, it's not. I've read that series," and I'm like, "Well, I'm reading it, and guess what? I see definite Man of Steel stuff here." And it was also hints of the new 52 and Teladia. What I mean by that is Superman is inexperienced and he's growing into the role of Superman. That's kind of where I was going with that. And then it was also a little bit, it's mostly just post-crisis Superman. That's what I always tell people, because people are expecting it to be like Silver Age Christopher Reeve Superman, which no one wants that anymore.
Or
Yeah.
Dude.
or at the very least, DCAU Superman, which, fun fact, was post-crisis with a
And it
little
was
bit of
super dark, dude. Like really dark.
Even he gets mind controlled by Darkseid at one point.
Yeah, I know. Even he gets
No one
a mind
complains
control
about
turned
that.
against humanity. Granted, it doesn't lead to a badass nightmare timeline, but that was
I'll
just
say
boosted.
this, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve Superman is pre-crisis,
Yeah, he is.
and post-crisis is Henry Cavill.
Yeah, 100%. That's the way it is.
That's the way it should be, right?
That's the way it should be. Yeah.
And the next Superman, whoever that actor is, I want it to be New 52 Superman.
That'd be cool. Because I'm a big fan of the new 52, as you all know. And
Yeah,
I've
he's a
channel many
big fan
times.
of the New 52.
Which is why I loved the camo, because that was basically movie versions of it.
Oh yeah.
Now, let me ask you guys this real quick. So let's say we get a conclusion. What other project would you want to see done? I'll start with Draga.
Well, thank you for starting with me. What else is there? Of course, I'd like to see a Batfleck movie. That's if Batfleck is interested. I also thought of like a team up with Supergirl and Batgirl, like, but like played by different actresses, of course, because like I think like the Batgirl movie was set in the Keaton verse, and
I don't think if they asked her, she would come back to play Batgirl after what happened.
yeah, I would not blame her. And what are like a Martian Manhunter TV series?
Oh yes.
What else is there? Oh, there's so much I thought of. Oh yeah, like a Black Canary movie, like a Black Canary Cry for Justice. That's what I'd call it.
I like that. That's good.
We don't talk about that storyline, but good title.
Yeah, like it's like a loose adaptation. It's where we find out that Black Canary from Birds of Prey is the daughter of Green Arrow, who was around when Batman first started, and yeah.
That works. I like that a whole lot better. You can explain why we have a better version of Black Canary that's actually the mother.
Yeah, and like we would explain like Cassandra Cain's like background more.
Well, yeah, because that was the chief crime of that movie. And by the way, what's funny is Batfleck just said he didn't want to be in James Gunn's universe. He didn't necessarily say he doesn't want to be with. He wouldn't come back if Zack called him.
You're gonna don't get any idea started with everyone else.
I had a weird dream last night, and part of it was Superman's fortress was a zone free from time. That's actually interesting there.
And the other things I had in mind was like a New Gods movie made by Denis Villeneuve, like I don't know, the same guy who made Dune. A Flash movie, like an actual Flash movie. Batman Beautiful Lie, which would be like a prequel series of
It's
like.
essentially showing Robin dying and how he got that dark.
Oh no, it'd be like his origin story of
Oh,
Batman.
okay,
And
that works.
yes, Green Lantern Corps.
Yes, we need that.
It'd be like a loose sequel to what do you call it? The Green Lantern 2011 one.
Which,
Justice
by the way,
League Dark.
is a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure for me.
It's not
Guillermo
a bad
del
movie.
Toro's Justice League Dark movie, which
Yes. With me, it would be Man of Steel 2. I want that, so I can see,
Man
so
of
I
Steel
can see
2,
another
of
Superman. I want to see Superman and Supergirl team up to fight Brainiac. Obviously, Justice League's Part 2 and 3, so I'm just gonna ignore that, and those are not gonna count. I would want like maybe a mini series entirely in the Nightmare timeline to kind of show like what life is like under that regime.
And like I thought of an idea for that, like in the beginning of Justice League 3, like the Nightmare League go up against the mutant gang, like in like this big fortress dome. That's basically, it was based off like a level I played in the Mad Max video game. So yeah, I just got really inspired about that. And like there'd be like a dialogue between Joker and Batgirl where Batgirl sees Joker wearing like Commissioner Gordon's police badge on him.
Okay,
He's got all the badges in. Yeah,
that's nice. And then obviously that would kind of tick him off a little bit.
Yeah,
I like that. That's good. And because when you hear Zach talk about it, it's pretty much Mad Max, but with DC characters, and I'm like, who wouldn't want that?
Real DC fans apparently, but
real DC fans that don't understand that there's no definitive version of these characters because they've done reboots 80 times. But so Teladia, what DC project would you want to see? And he's muted. All right. Well, in the meantime, so let me ask you this, Dragon. No BS. Do you think something could be announced at SnyderCon?
I think no. I don't want to get my hopes up, but
me neither.
I just feel like I've just been, gotten my hopes up a bit too many times, and so I think I'm not really gonna expect anything. If something does happen, then I'll be all in for that. But I'm not gonna expect anything.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, at least it'll be streamed live, so we can actually know if anything happens. We don't have to wait for the internet to tell us. But can you imagine the internet response from like the real fans if they announce that they're going to do a licensing deal and bring it back?
Oh god! Like the other night when Zack Snyder and a lot of other people posted that video with Darkseid speaking, I could not sleep that night, and that was really hyped. That was that Twitter went nuts that night.
Yeah, I know. 3 million engagements on that tweet, I think. So Teladia, what SnyderVerse projects, if we get a continuation, would you want to see?
Obviously the Batfleck film.
Yeah,
that would be top. Then it would be Man of Steel 2.
Exactly. We definitely need that.
Because I would like to see Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 finished first. Of course, that is a given.
Yeah.
Right. But besides, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, I would like to see Batfleck series maybe, or a film, or a Henry Cavill solo film in the Netflix budget.
Oh yeah. But seriously, if they do animation, here's the thing: it doesn't necessarily have to be the Camus art style. It can be Love, Death, and Robots. If you've seen a lot of those, look live. Those look live action.
Oh, also, I thought of an idea for a Deathstroke series. Where Deathstroke teams up with Talia al Ghul, who wants to get revenge on Odysseus, who killed Ra's al Ghul. And Deathstroke finds out he has a daughter, and that his son is being captive, and he fights several members such as Bronze Tiger, Lady Shiva, Cheshire, and yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. There was supposed to be a Deathstroke movie too, and by the way, I want to add that to my list. I want that Deathstroke movie.
Oh
So
yeah.
a grounded Deathstroke origin movie. Are you kidding me? It's almost like Zack knew what the fans wanted and gave it to them. Wait, was going to give it to them, but Warner Brothers was gonna Warner Brothers.
Never go full Warner Brothers.
Never go full.
Never go
That's
full
so
Warner Brothers.
I love that. I love that. But and it was kind of funny. It's really. I mean, here's the thing: if they were to do a licensing deal and just call it Elseworlds, it wouldn't interfere with James Gunn at all.
But it would make a lot of competition.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying, just say it's on streaming and don't release it at the same time as your projects, and you're good to go. Like, don't release it on the same month. I would say that you have a project coming out. Like, have like once a month you release something.
Yeah.
Or what you can just do is take Justice League's Part 2 and 3, do them, but release them as a series on Amazon as a miniseries. Nice. Is that Hush?
Yeah, it's Hush.
Nice. So what they could do is release season 1 would be Justice League Part 2, and season 3 would be or season 1 would be Part 2, and then season 2 would be Part 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, I don't buy the whole competition argument because there's ways around that if they just don't release it. Obviously, if they release it at the same time as like the other stuff, yeah, it's going to compete. But if they don't do that, there's no reason to.
I guess.
And remember, here's the thing: when people say it's impossible for that to happen, remember it was impossible for the Snyder Cut to be announced.
And there's living proof of it.
I have it on my shelf. So we just did a stream talking about it.
Yeah, we're doing a stream right now.
Yeah, exactly. So let's continue on. So in terms of now, nice. What do you guys think is a weakness of the Snyderverse?
I wish we got a Green Lantern like actually in Justice League, like he was actually recruited, or like he came to Earth earlier instead of like, at the ending. That's just
wasn't the original like ad campaign supposed to be like Unite the Seven?
Yeah.
And then people thought it was like Unite the Seven Seas. I'm like,
no,
it
was Unite the Seven.
Justice League. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Legit, my only complaint about the whole thing is that it was too rushed. Yeah, it was, but that's because Warner Brothers wanted to have an Avengers thing.
But I'd say weak point for the Snyderverse would have to be cramming too many books into one film.
In other words, BVS. Yeah, that's mine too.
BVS.
Yeah, because they should.
I like BVS for what it is.
They should never have done The Dark Knight Returns and The Death of Superman in one film.
They could have just done either of those and been fine.
They could have done The Death of Superman, the full Death of Superman film book in a film version.
Isn't the book just a fight?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's just a fight, but you have the Justice League in there, and it would have made perfect sense to introduce Batman, right?
So you could have done that after. What you could have done is done the. Here's the way you could have fit that into the Snyderverse storyline. You don't do the turning back, the turning Superman evil. What you do is that Darkseid waits for Superman to be killed by Doomsday before he invades, and then the Nightmare plan is to go back in time and stop Superman from being killed by Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
That you kind of could have done with that, but but again. I still say BVS is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's particularly the extended cut. But I do agree with you, it was a mistake to put The Death of Superman and Dark Knight Returns. Either of those could have made a fantastic movie.
Yeah, and Zack still wants to do like a Watchmen, like a adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, like shot to shot. I think
that would be dope. Right? That'd be so cool. Yeah. Although it'd be super. It's basically the first half of BVS, though.
Pretty much.
Kind of, except for like some details, but I could kind of see that. That'd be cool if he got a chance to do that as maybe an Elseworld project.
Yeah.
But my complaint is that this is more a weakness of Snyder. Is that it's a problem when you have to do 3 hours to 4 hours to tell one coherent story. He could use a little work on shortening to like 2.5 hours for like movie theaters and being able to tell the full story in that, because that's part of the issue, because these theatrical cuts come out and people are like, this is incoherent.
Yeah, like they cut out the whole thing with like Superman, like like the wheelchair being made out of lead. They cut that.
Yeah,
whole
I know.
thing
They
out.
made it look like he was an idiot. And by the way, Wonder Woman got a solo movie,
Yeah.
which was awesome. That Wonder Woman movie was classic.
Oh yeah.
So just the way that, and again, Warner Brothers wanted to cut out the whole No Man's Land scene, and now that we've seen it, we're like, what?
Yeah. Did Steve Trevor tell you that? No. But go.
Yeah, we don't reference that movie today.
Yep. Not
By
today.
the way, I have to watch it for for our April Fool's stream, where we watch movies we absolutely hate and have to act like we're fans of it for a half hour. But don't
I haven't
worry.
even seen that movie since like I don't know, like early 2018.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since the Snyder Cut got announced, because as soon as that happened, I deleted it from my computer.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't even be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm. But remember, originally, so here's the thing: it came out. I didn't think it was that bad originally, because I didn't know like what
You're
was
a
taken.
traitor.
Yeah, because I didn't know everything that was taken out and everything, and I was like, okay, it was good for what we got. Then when Zack starts posting about what was taken out of the Snyder Cut on Vero, I'm like, I want this a lot more. And then the cracks start to show in that cut of the movie. Like, again, Wonder Woman Flash falling into Wonder Woman, the thirsty line, the thirstiest girl you ever did see. And I'm like,
oh, that was terrible. Get out of that. The Russian family.
Yeah, that was next to a nuclear reactor.
That made no sense. The Superman carrying like a big building, like without it being destroyed.
Cutting out the scene where the Flash goes back in time and saves everyone.
Oh yeah, but WB execs didn't even understand what that was, and now that's an Oscar-winning scene.
What I love is that Emmerich was in the audience when that won the Oscar.
Right.
That was so good. I was like, heh.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we can say, guess what? Marvel fans and real DC fans, Zack Snyder has the only DC movie of this shared continuity that won an Oscar.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Suicide Squad as well.
Well, yeah, but that's true. By the way, the movies that they hate actually won Oscars. So
Yeah,
funny. And I love how
Yeah.
I love how certain news agencies tried to say that we cheated, but then even the Oscars came out and said, no, it was all legit. Here's why.
Yeah. And then like Marvel fans and or real DC fans will be like, yeah, but they just use body count. We don't count that. I'm like, nah, they salty.
Yeah, they could detect bot accounts. They had measures to prevent bot accounts. I just can't believe that like The Matrix was even considered, because that movie came out like years and years and years ago.
Yeah, that was weird.
So I'm like, it could be let the fans like tell them what scene they wanted to win, which I'm like, okay. But I love how that scene not only beat out Endgame, but also the 3 Spider-Men showing up.
Oh, damn that. Right.
But again, my favorite part is when it cuts to Emmerich's face. That was like, because he was the one that made that decision to cut the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Which was stupid. It was one of the stupidest things. Now, the way I want to conclude this, to bring it full circle, is let's talk about the full story of what happened, because I think there's a lot of like misinformation about what went down for this. So Man of Steel comes out, and it was originally supposed to be a trilogy, right? A Superman trilogy with Zack. And then Warner Brothers is like, can you bring us the Justice League? So Zack's like, okay. And you have to do it in the next movie. We can't wait. So he's like, okay. And literally, by the way, BVS was actually placed on Zack's lap. In other words, that was not a movie he chose to do.
But like, do you remember like have you seen that video, like the live reaction of that Comic-Con when that was announced?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
When it was
shit.
like the Man of Steel logo, and all of a sudden the Bat logo comes in. After
Yeah, and
you
everyone's
have,
like,
after you have like Harry Lennox doing that line from The Dark Knight Returns.
yeah.
Oh yeah, bruh. Imagine being told to make the MCU, but in like 2 movies. I know, right? So then BVS comes out and it receives less than favorable reactions because it was the theatrical cut, and that was stupid. Then we get then unfortunately Autumn passes away and Zack has to step back, rightly so. Then Warner Brothers uses that as an excuse to get rid of him and completely bring in He Must Not Be Named to butcher the Justice League movie. The way I call it is essentially an Avengers movie with Justice League skins. That's pretty much what that cut of the movie
it's basically
is.
Justice League mods.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, it's essentially it's a Fortnite DC crossover was a movie.
Oh god. And I actually like Fortnite, and that's just god.
Yeah, imagine that. But then you get like, all right. Then you get so the Justice League releases, and that goes down, and then Aquaman comes out, and Aquaman is genuinely great.
Yeah,
I liked it. Plus, when you think about it, it fits in the Snyderverse, except for like a few like
like there's Mira's accent, Mira saying, "Oh, my father died in the Clone Wars." I mean, no, just the Wars.
You could say though that Marius is her adopted father, like he adopted her.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
In other words, there are ways to explain that a little bit, and the accent thing that changes movies to movie all the time. But
yeah, like Leia had a British accent,
or Wanda from the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so then we get like I think it was like Cinema Debate posted that we can confirm that there is a Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Man of Steel, my top 3. Yes. JL is the 4th for me because it's so long but still good. Oh, geez, that's low.
Yeah,
but
fan.
Yeah, then we get the whole idea that there is a Snyder Cut, and then the whole release the Snyder Cut movement comes out. People are flying banners and stuff.
Should there be a Snyder Cut? There is.
That's good. What if it's just a good movie trying to do the right thing?
What if it's just trying to? Yeah.
But then November 2020, 2019 is when first you had the trending event where it's like 1 million tweets. Then apparently Zack meets with Warner Brothers, brings them this data, and goes, "Hey, if you release it, you can get all this." And then they announce it, and a lot happens after that.
Yeah.
When you see the VFX on the Snyder Cut, you're like, you did this all in 6 months.
And it looks so much better than what Marvel is doing.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks fantastic. There's some scenes that are a little funky, like Lex Luthor in the pool in the beginning of the movie where you first see him with like Steppenwolf. That's a little bit like, but the most of the VFX, particularly like the Flash scene and Steppenwolf, I still can't believe they managed to do that in 6 months. All of that.
And like the War Machine, like at the end of like
the tank.
Yeah, like the big tank, like he's wearing the BVS suit, which I only noticed like a few days ago. And yeah. And the mutants are in that scene.
The mutants are in that scene.
You zoom in, they're in that scene. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, God. so you know that whole mutant surrender or be destroyed scene just happened.
Yeah.
And by the way, since people mentioned Steppenwolf,
so begins the end.
Yeah. Also, Cyborg too.
Oh yeah.
Well, they kind of had the Cyborg design in there, but like even the Nightmare scene, which was shot in Zack's backyard.
Jesus Christ! And you got the dream lens as well, like when he fights the Amazons.
When he fights the Amazons, yeah, and they're jumping on him, he like throws the horse.
Yeah, and he decapitates one Amazon, bro. The Last of Us and ZSJL have one thing in common: it's killing horses. But anyway.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, you get that, and then my whole thing going into this movie was, please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck, because it would really it would really be bad if we waited all these years for this movie and it's not good. And then obviously what happens is that my first cue was when the critical and fan reception to it on like even Rotten Tomatoes was like stellar compared to his other movies.
Yeah.
Even Ben Affleck in that article said that it's his highest rated movie on IMDb. Ben Affleck. And he's been in fantastic movies that have been critically acclaimed.
Like
and
Daredevil and...
The director's cut was better.
I've not seen the director's cut. I tried
Watch the director's cut. It's actually good.
I try to find that on Disney Plus, and I'm like, oh, goddamn.
It's not on Disney Plus. It'll be on like probably like Amazon Prime or something like that.
I'm like, the worst thing is, I found out there was a director's cut after I watched the movie, and I'm like, god damn it.
What's kind of funny is when I first watched it, I was like, I don't know what anyone's talking about. This movie's so good. Then I realized the only version I had been watching was the director's cut. I'm like, no wonder it's good. I recognized it because of one of the scenes with Evanescence is led into differently. So I'm like, okay. But so back to the Snyder Cut, though. But by the way, that explains something. Remember when we were all concerned about Ben Affleck being cast as Daredevil? I mean, as Batman?
Yeah. Yeah, God. They even got the president involved, I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sign something.
Yeah,
God,
exactly.
Damn.
But so the Snyder Cut comes out, and didn't it like crash HBO Max's servers?
I think so.
Well, actually, first they leaked it at first.
With the Tom and Jerry stuff. I was like, oh, that could not have been an accident.
That could not have been. There's no way they're that stupid.
Yeah.
But that was just so weird. And then the movie comes out.
Imagine like some kid wanting to watch Tom and Jerry, and they see Superman die, and they're like,
I know, right? Superman impaled with a spike.
And they said, is this meant to be a joke? Is this what we meant to? Is this leading into something?
So then obviously the whole the old release Restore the Snyderverse starts. Warner Brothers said no. They hire James Gunn, and the possibility returns. So I mean, it could happen as an animated project, or even as a comic book series, because I think if it happens at all, it's most likely to happen as a comic.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I would so buy.
But I mean, I would have preferred live action because, like, who wouldn't want to see the Justice League fight Darkseid in live action?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it was the only way we can get it. Although, if they do animation with a Love, Death, and Robots animation style, that's pretty much live action. So it's
pretty much.
So yeah, and I really think it could come back. Yeah. So in other words, because if you've seen a lot of those clips, like the one with Joe Manganiello, it's very likely that if it were to, because I thought that was live action, dude.
And same with the one with Michael B. Jordan where it's in space. I thought that was live action.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah, that's what I tell people. It could be like that, particularly if it's Netflix. So,
or it could be the Polar Express.
Or it could be the Polar Express.
God damn, that's so
can you imagine that?
That would be so creepy. Yeah, like a realistic Darkseid face.
How can Zack announce anything with Darkseid without Warner Brothers and be able to show and be able to show the 3 movies because he needs Warner Brothers' permission. Let me put it this way, Draga. Yes, I'm trying to temper my expectations too because I don't want to be disappointed. But there are signs here that point to it could be happening. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying holding pattern, but remember he was this cryptic before when the Snyder Cut got announced.
Yeah. Because, like, for a while now, he hasn't been posting too many DC stuff until now.
Yeah, it's like
like Rebel.
I mean, let me this way. Yeah. At the least, even if it's not Snyderverse, we'll get some teases about Rebel Moon at least. So I'm like, yes, I want to see more of that.
Hell yeah, wouldn't want to see that.
And yeah, it seems fishy to me. Yeah, exactly. And we're
Fishy.
convinced.
Which is like Fisher, like Ray
Yeah.
Fisher. So I think
Ooh.
this means Spider-Man
Oh,
4 is
wait.
different.
Yeah, exactly. But Ray actually also did a voice in one of the other trailers. So I'm like, as a fan, I think we should all hope for the things we want. I wanted a Robin, and now I'm getting Damian. What the heck? We live in wild times. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying.
Isn't Damian a Robin?
Yeah, kind of. But what? That's my point. I'm like, let me put it this way: you can hope about it. I mean, as long as you're being like civil and not like blasting people. And it's like, so I was on a debate once on the Snyderverse, and they said one of the problems with the community is that they'll go to anything DC does and post like restore the Snyderverse or anything like that. And I'm like, as long as it's not like someone's funeral post, if it's like announcing a comic book series and you're saying restore the Snyderverse, I don't see any problem with that. As long as you're being nice about it and not saying screw you, restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah, that's what like that's what always like kind of bothered me is like even when it has nothing to do, even when people like who aren't even involved with DC at all, they're like, hey, do you mind if you could tweet or restore the Snyderverse? I'm like, God damn, no.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way. Going to Jim Lee and doing it, that makes sense because he could at least do the comic book side of it. So that's possible. And apparently Zach has talked to Jim Lee about doing comics with it. So, by the way, and what they could do, they could make the main series the Justice League and then the other movies tie-ins. And then they can collect it in one massive omnibus, which I would so buy.
Oh my god, holy shit, you have no idea.
Remember when he teased Final Crisis and like that Absolute Edition sold out?
Yeah,
and that's like a $100 book, mind you.
Jesus Christ, that's holy crap, that set the internet on fire.
That's why I like Zach is like this. He will post the most cryptic stuff ever.
But he's an enabler. He enables his toxic fan base. I'm like, no. Jesus Christ.
It's called having fun. It's called having fun with the fan base. It's just these DC fans are fine with it when James Gunn. Oh, I have that one too. I love Dr. Fate and that. I wish Black Adam was more popular so we could get more of that because that was awesome. The Henry Cavill.
Sadly, Black Adam was trash.
Apparently, the hierarchy of power kind of changed actually, so he was right about that.
Yeah, that's true, but not in his way.
Yeah, exactly. But so that's where we are right now. I'm hyped because either way, we'll get behind the scenes information on the Snyderverse. And again, I'll be streaming that weekend all 3 days to like react in case anything happens or like just to like talk about what Zack said. So either way, it's not going to be a waste either way. Let me put it this way, it could happen. I'd say there's at least a 50-50 chance of it.
Even if there's a 1% chance, we must take it.
We think it's an absolute certainty. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's about half and half. It could happen. Either way, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But
like, not related to the Snyderverse, which DCU movie are you most excited for?
Lanterns.
Ooh, interesting.
Because for one thing, it's a Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan buddy cop movie.
Fair enough.
Or series. In terms of movie, honestly, I'm excited for probably, and this is cautiously excited, Superman. Because I want to see, can James Gunn do Superman well?
I am very cautious of that, but I don't want it to fail as like some people do. So, and some people who want it to fail think it's going to get the Snyderverse back. It's not.
It's none of this failing. Because what happens is that if this fails, I could see WB selling DC at wholesale, being like, we're done. They'll be like, we're done. Yeah. We obviously can't do it, so let's sell it to someone who can. Watch, they sell it to Disney, and then we get the Marvel DC crossover.
No, oh my god. Right.
Or watch, they sell it to Amazon.
Oh, that would be good.
And then we get that because there's another streaming service that can afford to dump the money into Snyderverse. It's Amazon because of what they do with Lord of the Rings.
And like the movie I'm looking forward to is Batman: The Brave and the Bold because you know, like we're gonna get like a Batman and Damian story, and we don't know if it's gonna be Dick Grayson as Batman. And you know, I really like the Batman and Son storyline, and
He did
the
confirm it's gonna be Bruce.
yeah, okay, that's even better. Like I really like the Batman and Son of Batman movie, and like yeah.
Yes, it's either that. So it's Superman, the Authority. I'm actually interested in, and I'm not pumped for Creature Commandos because I have no idea what the hell that is. Waller a little bit because it's Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. At least we're keeping that. And also, as a Wonder Woman fan, I'm interested to see what they do with Paradise Lost because it's taking place before Wonder Woman was born. I'm like, what story can you tell with that?
Yeah.
Could you tell about what happened with the Amazons to make them hate men? In which case, that's going to be a very intense series. If you know the story.
Oh god. Just imagine the people like using that as like a the Warner Bros has an agenda. Like, it's going woke. Like, oh god.
Yeah. Teladia, what projects of the DCU are you excited for? And then we'll wrap up.
What projects of the what?
Of James Gunn's DCU are you at least excited for?
Just one, Superman Legacy. That's it.
Even though he's directing?
Even though he's directing. I'm a Superman fan first.
There you go. Now, here's the thing, though. He said less than half has been revealed. What do you guys think the other half is going to be?
I think maybe like a Flash, maybe that's
No.
maybe.
I think it'd be either animation or video games.
Oh yeah, because they got video games to do.
Which is really stupid that they're trying to tie into the movies. That's a
yeah.
really
I'm like,
idea.
leave it at that. Like just
because here's the thing: the general, you better not put important plot points in the video games because no one's gonna. And David is really pissing me off right about now.
Oh, get out of here,
Draga. I watched episode 1. It's worse than the trailer.
Why did you even watch it?
Because I promised the audience that I would watch it and react to it.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was pretty much like they took a half masticated donut, put it in the New York subway street, and then left it there for 2 days. And there's ants and there's bugs all over it. A homeless guy threw up on it. That's basically that's how I would describe Gotham Knights.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So, but besides that, I think we're gonna get the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
I think the video games are going to be the biggest thing for James Gunn going forward.
And like Marvel tried doing like video games, and you know, like with the MCU, like you had that Iron Man game, you had the Captain America game, like a Thor game,
Iron Man
and
game was great.
really. I never played those, so
no. But if you think about it,
we are getting a Wonder Woman animated series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but here's what I think about the video game aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's going to be the same actor, right, playing these characters. So, and you know, with the Arkhamverse seamlessly that it's been finished after Suicide Squad, right? They're not looking to do any more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see Warner Brothers just going, you know what? We just make the DCU games now and start putting movie tie-in games, just like how they did with Green Lantern, like the Green Lantern game that they had back in 2011. That was a sequel to the Green Lantern movie, which was called Rise of the Manhunters.
But once again, they can't put like key plot points for each characters in the game because the general audience is not going to play the games.
I mean, they're trying to do like what Star Wars did with like, you know, like Battlefront 2, like that. Like
the Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not going to work out. That isn't going to work out. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm. It's not. But the other project that I think is going to be part of it is a Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's why like that wasn't revealed first, because people would easily tear that down
and saying it's too soon to have a Justice League movie.
I mean, it's too soon to have a new Superman, but yeah.
Well, I still think you should have saved that announcement until after all the other movies came out.
Yeah.
because that was like because you just screw the other creatives now.
Yeah, I feel bad for like everyone who worked on that Shazam 2. Like even the director, apparently, like doesn't even. I think he's done. Like
No,
with
he's already said he's done. He said it on social media.
yeah,
He's
on Reddit, right?
he already read. He already said that. Nah, he already knew this was gonna come. That
I
he was
feel
being
bad for
bumped.
him, like, cause I like the first Shazam movie, but I'm not convinced that. Now I haven't seen Shazam 2.
Nah,
I
I
think I
already got
will.
spoiled. I already got spoiled for
I
it,
want
and
well the
What's there to
parts
spoil?
the parts I got spoiled was the special cameo in the movie that comes up at the
I
end.
got
Oh,
spoiled I got spoiled with the 3 cameos, right? Well, technically 2, but the
Don't say him. Don't say him, Teladia.
no, but I'll say that one
Let me
of the
put it this way.
cameos,
Yeah.
you will be really boiling. You'll be really mad with Warner Brothers for doing this.
probably.
Mhm. But let me put it this way: I try and find value in any DC project I watch, except for like Birds of Prey, because there was none to be found in that movie. But that's besides the point. I'm hopeful all these movies look good. I mean, here's the thing, though: The Flash is apparently on track to be like the best DC movie of all time. So
Since the Dark Knight, yeah.
since The Dark Knight, where have I heard that before? But the question is, let's say it is the best movie, and it makes $1 billion. It makes over $1 billion. Let's say $1 billion the minimum. Are you really going to tell me that they're going to undo everything?
Well, do you think they're gonna keep Sasha Kaye for like?
No.
No.
Yeah,
don't
I think
so.
I also think she's a one and done.
It's a keep your friends thing. That's what DC's doing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, because here's the thing, because Warner Brothers also does have shareholders, and if Flash makes $1 billion, you're going to tell me that now that they're going to do a complete and total reboot and like undo everything when this universe made $1 billion?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That's what I think. I think if Flash makes $1 billion, we're going to see like a lot of stuff being reversed. And plus, here's the thing: if Flash makes $1 billion, I could see them saying, "Why don't we outsource this to Netflix?"
That's a possibility.
Because it's like
maybe.
you could still have that. You could still have that universe. You could still do your thing, but you can also use the Snyderverse as a way. I've always said what they should have done is use the Snyderverse as like a delaying tactic, and those release this stuff while they get their plans in order.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
could just do that. That way they keep DC movies coming out, and plus, if the stuff becomes a mega hit, they can just continue on with that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's crazy how much is hanging on the success of The Flash. Yeah. And Superman, too, because if Superman fails, I don't think they're going to continue with the universe. It's Warner Brothers we're talking about.
Yeah, if Superman Legacy does not make $1 billion, yeah, James Gunn is done.
Mm.
And plus, even if it's not a critical and fan success, I don't think it'll do. I don't think it'll continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he'll go, "Oh, it was always the plan to bring back the Snyderverse." Sure, it was.
Just-
But
Yeah, I mean, he's lied multiple times on Twitter. Oh, like for example, I had spoken to Ben. Ben just came out and said it.
yeah,
Ben
that
wants to direct-
like either that or Ben Affleck saw the plans and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this." I was about to swear and I was like, "Oh no, I gotta."
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, I think Ben is like, nah, because after he doesn't want to be under someone's thing when he wants to do his own creative control, right, for his stuff, right? Like his Ben wanted to do
And
when he
Ben Affleck never seemed like the type of person to do like a 10-year movie universe.
No,
or
he
something.
Because
wouldn't.
he wasn't. It was supposed to be a short thing.
He's getting older. Like I'm sorry, but like he is getting older. And
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what I mean is that he wasn't gonna do like this Brave and the Bold film, right? He probably wanted creative control on that, right?
yeah,
But James Gunn isn't gonna let him do it. Why? Because James Gunn is that type of person that doesn't like to have the control for himself,
yeah,
right? For example, he puts his wife, right, in various projects, which doesn't need to be.
Oh well, you know, he didn't actually hire. He actually hired his wife for one movie. Get out, you know.
Well, don't you have to approve all that?
Yeah, he has to
Yeah.
prove all of that. Yeah.
So,
Which was
yeah.
weird. She was in Black Adam, and he barely promoted that. I don't think he even promoted that movie.
No, he
I don't think
didn't.
he did either.
No, he didn't. And the same thing can be said for like she was in Peacemaker, and I was just like, what's the point of having her in Peacemaker? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, because it's John Cena. Dun, dun,
Dun 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 dun.
So
dun,
but
dun.
but I think going forward now, I hope and pray, right, that the Flash makes $1 billion, and I hope and pray that whatever happens at SnyderCon, that that we get something big, like something that will blow James Gunn out the water.
They'll blow up the world.
Yeah.
Not literally.
He's trying to
but like
burn down the world.
I
some
mean, James Gunn's already been buried twice on
yeah.
social media.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Like,
Nice.
like you
Just
know what I
watch
mean,
it
Jared,
written.
right?
Yeah. It's like he was burned down with the whole Henry Cavill thing.
He was
burned
brought down.
with the...
Wait, can I do my Michael Caine voice?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
He was brought down when the whole Henry Cavill thing was let go. That's
Nice.
what
Yoga,
destroyed
never do
everything.
that. I'm a British. That's a bad British voice.
I am sorry
Just saying.
about that. But I am Michael Caine, not my cocaine, but Michael Caine.
But anyway,
yeah,
it was
you were saying?
with the Superman thing, and it was like with the whole reboot thing. Is there a Sandberg cut of Shazam Fear the
No,
Gods?
Sandberg isn't going to come back. He already knows that as well.
Yeah.
I think Levi. I think Levi is done after just looking at the numbers.
Oh god, did you see what he posted earlier? Like today,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh my god,
watching-
Shazam is trending!" Yeah. Meanwhile, and like underneath is like Lance Reddick. Like,
did you see
trending
where he
amazing.
also posted that also interview from like a Comic-Con where he goes, where someone asked him who would win between a fight between him and Black Adam? He goes, "Who cares? These are fictional characters."
And I think that's why he's done.
Oh god.
That's why I think he's done.
Because he keeps saying things that he wouldn't say unless he was done.
He was trying to be James Gunn, basically what James Gunn is doing on Twitter. That's what he's doing, essentially.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
but on that note, I think that's a good place to leave this stream. It was super fun. We'll do this again soon because I want to be able to get some other guests too on the stream, like
Zack Snyder.
Well, yes, that's the dream. Like I can get Nicotina on the show. I can get like Still Abdul. I can get a lot of other people from the movement on there, which would be really fun. But Draga, it was a pleasure having you on. Where can
it was good to be on here, even though it's 5:50 now.
I appreciate the dedication, brother.
Thank you. Yes, it was great to be on here again. And
where can we find you?
You can find me at Droga52 on YouTube and Axel R Droga on Twitter. And
Teladia, where can we find you? And what have you got coming out on your channel?
1 second. You guys can find me at Teladia Plays on YouTube. 1 second. Check the private chat, by the way. So that's my link to my channel. Guys, I'll be doing a live stream in the next couple of hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours, and I'll be having Jared on. We'll be talking everything that happened this week, including the SnyderVerse celebration, Shazam 2 bombs, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League discussion, and also Superman and Lois. No discussion of Gotham Knights on my show, so don't worry. Everybody is safe.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I don't want to talk about this anymore. And then at 6 p.m. EST, I'll be talking about for movie night, The Matrix 3, otherwise known as the third movie in the Matrix trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy. Why? Because the show sucks.
Movie? No, I'm just kidding.
No, they didn't. So, and then
on that note,
On Monday, I'm talking about Donny Cates' run on Venom.
Ooh.
Yeah. And yes, my
Ooh.
reaction is funny. Thank you. I appreciate that. But stay at work, everyone. I will see you in a couple of hours, as a matter of fact, for movie night. All right. Stay at work, everyone. Bye-bye. And by the way, we are going to do another celebration because I want to be able to get a larger panel too. All right. Stay at work. Bye-bye.